Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya God Premanande Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Parirajakarya Stotra Shakasima His Divine Grace Abhay Charandavinde Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Parirajakarya Stotra Shakasima His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Vedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Antakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Itai Gaur Premanande All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamatidaye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamaśloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Canto 10, Chapter 90. Summary of Lord Krishna's glories. So this chapter is entitled The Summary of Lord Krishna's Glories. Text 18. Tvam yikshmana balavasti grita indo Kinsastamona nijabhirta Krishnoi Kanjin mukunda gadinata yatha vyayam tvam Vimyakstra bhuho satangatir giri upalakshani upalakshayasyenaha Tvamikshimana balavasti gridanta indo Kinsastamona nijadhibhita Kankshnui. Kinchin Mukunda Gaditi Yatha Vyam Tvam Visprimritabudho Stitagat Giri Upalakshinaha Tvamikshmana Balavasti Gritanindo Kingshastvamona Nijabri Bhattakshinuhi Kinchin Mukunda Gaditani Yatha Vyayam Tvam Visprimritabudho Statigita Giri Upalakshinaha. Please stand. Tvam yakshimana balavasti grihindo Tina shitamona nijadhivik chakshayakshni Akachin mukunda gadityan yatha vyayam tvam Vishmirtya bhuho sati gira upalakshaniha Tvam yakshimana balavastri grihitayendo Jina tamona nijadivi chakshihisi Kachin mukunda gatita yatha vyayam tvam Vishmrimta bhota sitagati upalakshina. Okay, go on, Chan. Thank you very much. What word meaning? Tvam, you. Yakshimana, by consumption. Balavata, powerful. Asi, are. Gritaha, seized. Indo, O moon. Kshana, emancipated. Tamaha, darkness. Na, not. Nija, your. Didi bhitihi, with the race. Kshinohim, you destroy. Kichit, weather. Mukunda gatinai, the statement made by Mukunda. Yatha, like. Vyayam, us. Tvam, you. Vismritaha, forgetting. Poho, dear one. Satyam, stunned. He, whose speech. Upalasyasye, you appear. Na, to us. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, J.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. My dear moon, having contracted a severe case of tuberculosis, you have become so emaciated that you fail to dispel the darkness with your rays. Or it is you appear drumstruck because Like us, you cannot remember the encouraging promises Mukunda made to you. Question mark. Text 19. O Malayan breeze, what have we done to displease you, so that you stir up lust in our heart, which have already been scattered by Govinda's sidelong glances? Text 20. O revered cloud, you are indeed very dear to chief of Yadavas, who bear the mark of Srivatsa. Like us, you are bound to him by love and are meditating upon him. Your heart is discord with a great eagerness, as our heart are, and as you remember him again and again, you shed a torrent of tears. Association with Krishna brings such misery. Purport. The Acharya explained in this verse follows: the clouds act as a friend of Lord Krishna by shading him from the scorching rays of sun, and certainly such an earnest well-wisher of the Lord must constantly meditate on him with a concern with the welfare. Although the cloud shades the Lord's blue complexion, it is the Lord Krishna's distinctive features such as Srivatsa mark that especially attract him this meditation. But what is the result? Simply unhappiness. The cloud depressed and thus constantly shed tears on pretext of raining. So the queens advise him it would be better for you not to take much interest in Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Chakshurunmitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Namamo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastatadeshwararini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So here the queens are expressing their distress in the various forms, like we see in this verse. They are expressing having my dear moon having contracted to serve a cause of disease of tuberculosis. The tuberculosis disease, which we all know, that is a highly infectious disease, primarily affecting the lungs, but can also spread other parts of the body. TB. You all know the TB disease, tuberculosis. So TB is you are aware of, right? Tuberculosis, TB disease here. So people who got this disease, they keep coughing 24 hours most of the time. So most of the time they have any other things to do, but they keep coughing. But to cure the disease, it has to be taken proper vaccine and everything. But here we see that the queens are comparing this 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. You know, I like a person who got the disease, he is always coughing and always infected within his lungs, and it spreads other parts of the body. And it is highly effective. Like Krishna consciousness for them is highly effective. And there you have become so emancipated that you fail to dispel the darkness with your rays. It is very, very impossible for the sun because the gopis, sorry, not gopi, queens are comparing themselves. No? Comparing this is you cannot remember encouraging the promise Mukunda once you made to you. Lord Krishna is so attractive and he prayed such a promise and he cannot fulfill the promise. So that's why they are comparing this. And in the next verse it is comparing, O Malayan breeze, what have you done this displease you? So it is saying, O Malaya breeze, what we have done to displease you. And you stir up lust in your heart, which have already been scattered by Govinda's sidelong glances. The whole Krishna consciousness movement that each and everyone are doing, trying to do, and trying to serve Krishna Guru and trying to please is have just sidelong glances of Krishna. You know, that is the mood that we should have. Other than that, if we are caught up in our own world and we are not trying to, you know, do anything, it is just, we get ignored and we just do it whatever we are doing, but without impression of the Lord, then Lord's sidelong glances will not come upon us. Because we are trying to impress Krishna, but in this process, if we are caught up our own, ideology, thinking that I mine in the mind, and we don't have any kind of uh, inclination towards pleasing Krishna, then what will be the result? Shramaye vahi kevalam is just an effort. You do just like you invest every day little amount in a bank account, and one day you went to check how much I have invested. Let me draw. When you go to the cashier and return your, to take your amount, and cashier says, "Sir, you don't have any deposits," then you will be shocked. No, I have deposited every day so much money. Every day, little bit. $10 per day, or $50 per day, or $1 per day. I have deposited every day. Then cashier will ask, "What is the account number?" You show his whatever account number you are depositing, and that account number is happened to be somebody else, not yours. Then all the money that you have invested is gone. Correct? So exactly what is happening is that if you are caught up your own ideology without having interest in Krishna consciousness, just doing, just investing our time, energy, but without impression of Lord, it is just investing money into the somebody's bank account. You see, it is zero. Then what you will do? Hare Krishna. So exactly that's what we have to invest means investing our consciousness, investing our time, investing our energy. investing our intelligence to know Krishna and to study Krishna. Of course, one cannot understand Krishna even in a lifetime. But to make understand, one time Srila Prabhupada was asked by a disciple, Prabhupada, when we read all these books, okay, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all the small books, can we understand Krishna? Prabhupada answer is no. I have written all these books to understand that you cannot understand Krishna. No. I have written all these books to understand that you cannot understand Krishna. That's why we should read these books. We cannot think that okay, just by our chanting, just by our doing austerity, we can grab Krishna. No, it is not possible. Of course, this is the way to accept Krishna consciousness, but at the same time, we have to invest our emotions in Krishna consciousness. When we are not investing, it is just like we are vibration. We are just vibrating, or we are just making sound, or we are just doing something. Why we are sharing this? Because Lord Govinda's sidelong glances. When we don't have sidelong glances of Krishna, then everything is waste. Because a Lord will see when Radharani recommends. Correct? When will Radharani recommends? When you don't do any aparadha. Aparadha means, you know, off the fence. We are doing offense means off the fence. You are out of the fence. So that's why we should not do any offense towards holy name, towards scriptures, towards devotees. When we don't do that, Radharani recommends. When Radharani recommends, Krishna sees. When Krishna sees, our life is successful. Okay. So coming back to this one, so queens are comparing themselves in a different way, their expression of distress. Correct? In this last verse, 20th verse, it is saying that Acharyas explained that clouds act as a friend of Krishna by shedding from the scorching rays of the sun. Certainly, the earliest well-wisher of the Lord must constantly meditate on him with his concern of welfare. Although clouds share blue color complexion, it is Lord Krishna's distinctive feature. With such you know such a feature, when we see the clouds before raining, that is the color of Lord Krishna. That's why they can able to connect each and everything. Whatever they see, they will able to connect Krishna. They were able to remember Krishna, and they were able to glorify Krishna's activities. Last time which I mentioned in the class, like whatever you see, you have to remember Krishna. So that is austerity. That is a practice that we have to act. But if you see everything uh, separate from Krishna, then you are lost. Correct? But if we have to train our brain, train our mind, intelligence to see everything how it is connected to Krishna. Okay, we see this when we come to a temple, we see Krishna's deities, and we see the light, fan, TVs, and we see, if you see separate from Krishna, then it is not have any active action. For example, if you see a TV, what will you get? You see that okay, TVs are there, and in that what it is mentioned, Hare Krishna mantra. If somebody is read, if a guest comes or if a new person comes, sees the TV and chants the mantra or see about the program which is displayed, and he thinks of Krishna, correct? But you are the becoming the instrument of thinking him. You became the instrument because TV has become instrument. Which he see and chants the holy name one time. What is written, and he sees, oh, there is a program, oh, there is Ratha Yatra. That you became the cause. And when we see, we remember the program, we remember the holy name, or we remember the okay, Ratha Yatra is coming on 22nd. We remember the Krishna. So like that, we have to mold our life, day to day life. Whatever we see, whatever we talk, that should make remember Krishna. When we make like that, then we become easily delivered to the spiritual planet. Antakale cha mameva smaranam mukta kalavaram yam yam vapi smaranam bhavam tejatyanti kalevaram. So a person while leaving his body, whatever he thinks of, he will attain that. Exactly. When a person is thinking all the time sense gratification, doing sense gratification, then at the end of life he will do sense gratification only. He don't remember Krishna. And one person who don't remember Krishna, a death for him is like biting 40,000 scorpions. And that is a intolerable pain. In that pain, how can he remember Krishna? Exactly. When we devotees also should think about it. When the beginning of my life, if I don't think of Krishna, or whenever I chant, if I don't think of Krishna, or whenever I come to temple, if I don't think of Krishna, then how can it is possible to at the end of life think of Krishna? Correct. So to be practical in our everyday life, we have to be two things always remember. First one is Maya is so powerful. Second is death. Since we are ignoring the death, we think that oh he is dying, he is dying, the neighbor person is dying. I am not going to die. That is a problem. But when you seriousness of death and Maya, then you will always somehow or the other try to think of Krishna. Either by reading, either by chanting, or either by doing some devotional service. But if we are not serious about Krishna consciousness and thinking of Krishna, how to remember Krishna, if we don't have a task of thinking of Krishna every day, then it is waste. Shramaya vai kevalam. It's not only us, even materialistic people, they think of their project or they think of their company every day. That owner of Apple company, who is the owner of Apple company? Steve Jobs. Yeah. So what he does in the morning when he goes to the washroom, in the mirror he thinks that I should do this. He tells to himself, if I don't do this task today, I am the waste. I don't achieve anything. So he determined himself, and based on the determination, he worked. I have to do this. I have to do this. Next day, if I do, like he himself challenge, he goes to the mirror. Today I will complete this project. Today I will do this, and he challenge himself. Then he up to the mark. He does. So even outside people, materialistic, they take challenge their work, their company, their projects, their task, As a devotee, why are we not taking seriousness? We can also do that. Today I will chant with attentively, or today I will read Bhagavatam with attentively, or today I will hear with attentively, or today I will read with attentively. When you make an effort, Krishna will always reveal. But when you don't make an effort, Krishna is also relaxed. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam sitaiva bhajamyaham. Mama vartamanu vartante manusya partha sarvasa. As you endeavor, Krishna will reveal. Just like Mother Yashoda trying to bind Krishna. In the first attempt, did she bind Krishna? She is a mother. To become mother of Krishna, she should have done so much pious activities in her previous life. It is not easy to become a mother, anyone and everyone. You know, even Devaki could not get this chance to bind Krishna. Even many demigods, big demigods, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, could not bind Krishna. Only Mother Yashoda got a chance. In the first attempt, she did not bind Krishna because Lord wants us to do effort in His service. That's why we face so many challenges in devotional service. First comes mind. Mind will not cooperation. Lord wants us to take that challenge and endeavor. In the Rasa Leela dance, suddenly Krishna disappeared. All the gopis were shocked and they were searching for Krishna. Lord Krishna wants us to become an important person in our life. That's where Lord is testing in the devotional service. Different challenges, different problems. Lord does an activity, everything for our good cause. You know, in the Bhagavatam, um, first canto, first chapter, first verse. What is that verse? It says, Jannadiyasya yataha itarastyastu chatme swavignaswarat tene brahma hridaye adi kavaye muhinti shurya. Oh, Janmadiyasya yatha itarastya swavignaswarat. So everything, O Supreme Lord Krishna, Son of Vasudeva, all pervading personality, offer my respect obeisances to you. I meditate upon you because He is absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation. One may think that, oh, this is the cause of this one, this is the cause of this one. Oh no, Krishna is giving you, especially for devotees I'm talking. Outsiders, there may be a karmic reaction. For the devotees, cause, happiness, distress, honor, dishonor, victory, failure, everything is a cause for Krishna. Because Krishna is giving this distress so that you can remember Him. Not to curse Him, not to curse the devotee, or not to do that. From Him only it is coming. A person who is giving distress and you go and complain Him, oh Krishna, there is so much distress, then what is the love? You know, you are giving distress, and I go out to you and say that why you are giving distress. Remove that distress. But because Krishna is giving distress so that you can able to overcome those distress and remember Him. Then only we will able to remember at the end of our life. Otherwise, it is not possible. We may think that okay, at the end of our life, magic gonna happen. No. It has very deep. Srila Prabhupada showed by his example. When disciples are asked, Prabhupada, you are also getting so much disease, and kidneys are failed, and passing urine, and pure devotee should not have this. So Prabhupada says, no, I am showing how to die. This is an example Acharya is showing. So it is not escape. Everything that we are doing, it is counted, and everything that we are doing should be invested with our emotion. That's why Kulashekar Alvar, he prays Krishna Tvadiya Padapankaja Panjarangam Advaitam Me Visham Raja Hamsa. Prana prayana samaye kapavada pitta kanthavaro zero sastami. So at the time of death, my choke will be throat, my throat will be, blocked with kapha, vata, pitta. I cannot able to chant. Now I am healthy. Please take me. So that's the reason. So that's why whatever we are doing, we have to invest our emotions. Otherwise, it is just like a mechanical everything. So when we do mechanical, of course, it has some results, which is you know very very difficult. That's why in the again in the first canto, first chapter, like 14th verse, apannasmrustam ghuram yannama vishnu grinan tado sadyo vimuchyayete yad bibete swayam bhayam. Living entity, so who are entangled in this birth and death, can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Even though if you are unconsciously chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, you will get freed from the fear personified. What is fear personified? First of all, what is fear? Death is fear. For the death, Yamaraj, for him is fear personified. Who is fear personified? Krishna. Okay. So, by chanting, living beings who are entangled in the complicated mesh of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is freed by fear personified. Even unconsciously, one who is chanting is getting fear. Chanting consciously how much you are getting benefit. So that is the thing. So there is no one in the creation who is not afraid of the rage of Almighty. It is not that, oh, I am not fearful, I can see anything. But no, there is no one in this creation. He can say that I am not afraid. One has to be afraid. Even great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, others who are powerful entities are killed by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct? Even Kamsa was remembering, oh, seventh child is born, seventh child is born. If he is not fear in first place, why would always think of that person? Correct? He was feared. And Ravana, he was also feared. Oh, this human being has come to the Lanka with his monkeys army. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they are all feared. As soon as Hiranyakashipu saw this personified Nrsimhadev from coming out of the fire, coming out of the pillar, he understood this is nothing but my death. You know, and that is the thing. So everything is related to him. Everything has an identity to him. It is stated here in that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates the name of Krishna is not different from Krishna. Therefore, the name of Krishna is so powerful and Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference at all. Anyone, therefore, can take advantage of holy name of Krishna even in the midst of greatest danger. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously or by forced circumstances, can help one to obtain freedom from huddle of birth and death. Okay, so the problem is that we have to pay attention to the Krishna's name. If some a president is coming here, say suppose he given an appointment to you at 9 a.m. Will you come at 10? Will you come at 9:30? No, you will be 10 minutes earlier. Correct? Because he is important. I'm just giving an example of president. Whoever think you in your personal life is very very important. He's very very great personality. You take that an example. He has given you appointment at 9 a.m. Will you be going to his office at 10 a.m. or 10:30 or 9:30? No, you will be reach there at 8:30 or at least 8 o'clock, because he has given you appointment. You in your life, for him, he is the greatest person. He is the very very important, and he is very very need for you. He is very very attentive. So when you are talking to him, you just focus, you just keep away all the things aside, you just focus on his talk, and you pay more attention to his talk, and that valuable time you don't want to lose it. So exactly, Krishna is giving us a valuable time in the morning, Brahma Muhurta. That's why we have to pay attention to this holy name. Um, if you are not paying attention to the holy name, and what is gonna happen, Krishna again in the Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, what he says in the universal form, 11th chapter, 32 verse, Kalosmi aham, Kalo asmi lokasya krita prabhavo, lokan smrutam iha pravata. What is the translation? The time I am the great destroyer of the worlds, and have come here to destroy all the people, with exception of you Pandavas. All the soldiers on the both sides will be slain. Krishna is giving Arjuna that time I will be destroying. So within the time, if you respect the time will respect you. If you don't respect the time will not respect you. But time is energy of Krishna. That means you are really respecting of Krishna. Krishna has given you time to hear about him. Krishna is given time to hear about his glories. Krishna is given time to chant his names. Krishna is given time to do the devotional service. But you do in neglective way, but you do something which is not, then again Krishna will destroy. So coming back to the Srimad Bhagavatam, so this is the what gopis are expressing, because they understood the importance of Krishna in their life. So queens advise him it would be better to take, and indirectly they are saying that don't take an interest in Krishna because he is not fulfilling his promise. The one, it is indirectly saying that you should take so much interest in Krishna. Just like Rupa Goswami says, in one of the verse, if you want to enjoy the material life and having happy life in the material life, or take enjoy sense gratification, don't go to Vrindavan. Even if you go to Vrindavan, don't go to the Yamuna. Even if you go to the Yamuna, don't see person who is with a blue complexion, black complexion. Even if you see that person, don't hear the playing flute. Once you see that person, then all your material life is finished. You will lose in you will lose in material life, you will lose attraction in sense gratification, you will lose an interest in making money, you will lose in the you will lose in the family life, you will lose in everything. And indirectly it is saying don't go to Krishna. One time there was Harinam procession going on, like in Harinam in India or somewhere. There was people like devotees doing chanting holy name of the Lord in the street, Harinam. One person closed his ears tightly. He took earplugs, and the devotee asked, "Why you do that?" And the person said, "If I hear holy name, I will get attracted. I don't want to get attracted to the holy name." He has that conviction, you see. Once I hear holy name, once I hear the melody of chanting holy name, I will get attracted. I will lose my interest in my family life, business life, or material, or doing sense gratification. That's why I don't want to hear the holy name. So same inclination is indirectly saying. So we should show interest in Krishna. Krishna will show interest on us. As you show interest in his name, form, and your service, then Krishna will reveal us. Because he is a ever well wisher and he's a constant companion in our heart. That's the thing. So as we stay here, and these queens are so unbearable, their so preparation, they meditate 24 by 7. But we cannot imitate them, but we have to do our endeavor. Okay, I will stop here. Any questions, comments?
Uh, Thank you for the class, Prabhu. Now, when Krishna give us his side glances, are you saying that if we're conscious enough, it will purify us and energize us?
Hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you will show interest in purifying ourselves, Krishna will also show revealing himself. If we are not showing purifying ourselves, we are just doing okay. This feels good, this feels happiness, but it will be like that. But if you are showing interest, I should sh- you know get rid of these anarthas. I should take out these anarthas. If you start working towards that direction, krishna will also show Krishna will also reveal, Krishna will also help you in that direction. But if you are not showing in the interaction, Krishna will also show, okay, Krishna, because everybody in this material world, every living entity in that aspect has given independence. Whether you want to serve Krishna or whether you want to serve Maya, there's only two things. There's no in between. You serve Krishna and be happy. Serve Maya and get suffering. Which one you choose, that is up to you. There's no other than that. No, I will not serve Maya, I will not serve Krishna. It cannot be anything. Either of the both. Is that okay? Right. Karunanidhi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Can you tell something about Srivacha? Because the cloud is meditating on to see the Srivacha.
Yeah. Srivatsa mark, which is differentiates from the other personalities in spiritual world. Second thing, Srivatsa mark is it says identifies he is the supreme lord. Srivatsa mark, which is in the chest. Sri means Lakshmi. Okay, it is differentiated from the other personal because when you go to spiritual world, everybody looks like Krishna. Even starting from gatekeeper to the servant who is serving Krishna personal, they'll all look like Krishna. That's why it is said we are all part and parcel of the Lord. Whatever the qualities that Lord has, we also have in a minute way. But if you want to know who is the original person, who is the person that Krishna originally, then this mark will gives you the message or indication. He is the supreme person. Okay, just like this example is you can understand Hitler. Hitler, he makes is exactly how he looks, how he talks. He makes exactly like a seven people like look like him. so that he can escape from the enemy's camp. If you go to the his office, this is in World War II, and everywhere if you want to meet him, Hitler, the original person will not come. First, duplicate person will come, but you cannot identify whether he's a Hitler or a duplicate person or imitation. He talks like Hitler, he walks like Hitler, and he behaves like Hitler, but he's not Hitler. Hitler is somebody who is hiding inside because he's a very very important person. So he made him. He gave his in instruction to some people, so 5 to 7 people. They look exactly like him. The way that he dress, the face he has, everything like looks like Hitler only. But nobody could identify except Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose. He could identify. You know how? Because when he was going to meet Hitler, first duplicate person, first replication, whatever the for Hitler would come and say, "Oh, okay, we want to talk to you." Then Subhash Chandra Bose says, "No, no, I want to talk Hitler." He says, "I'm the Hitler." "No, no, you are not the Hitler." He could identify. After seventh person, the real Hitler came. Then he says, "Oh, I'm the Hitler." "Yes, you are the Hitler." And he could sit and talk. And Hitler asked question, "When I sent all the 6 people, how do make it out that these are real, not real person?" Then the Subhash Chandra Bose says, whenever if you go to the big person will not raise his hand first. He will raise his hand first. The person, if you go to the Hitler, he will not raise his hand. These 6 people are raising their hand to shake hands. That's why he could identify. You are not real for Hitler. You are not real Hitler. The real Hitler will not raise his hand to shake his hands. So that's the message Subhash Chandra Bose identified. That's why these people, politicians, they make their replica so that they get the message whether the person who has come to kill him or do something or take message. That's why Hitler would send his assistants that who looks like him. So exactly coming back to the question which you asked, Srivatsa is a special mark which only Lord has in his chest. Nobody has. No, that's the thing. Is that okay? Thank you so much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande.